One of the few pleasures of listening to BBC Radio 4 these days is when an interviewee gives a completely unexpected and off-script answer that the interviewer wasn't expecting and clearly wasn't prepared for. One such moment happened this week between BBC interviewer Mishal Hussain and Nadia El Nakla on Radio 4's Today programme. Nadia has close family and friends in Gaza, including a brother who works there as a doctor. She was asked about the stress and worry of having relatives in the Gaza area.
Even during this period of paused fighting, communications with Gaza can be intermittent for those trying to reach family or friends there. Among the British Palestinians who have feared for loved ones in these weeks is Nadia Al Nakla, wife of Scotland's First Minister Hamza Yousaf. She told me first about her family's story.
But the whole tone of the interview was as if this community had been hit by a natural disaster, an earthquake or a tsunami. There was no hint of the fact that there was an actual perpetrator of war crimes and atrocities who were just airbrushed out the picture completely. But this bias in BBC coverage is well documented. In an email shared with BBC News international staff, journalists have pointed out that words such as massacre, slaughter and atrocities were frequently used in reference to the Hamas attack, but Israeli actions were described using similar vocabulary or outrage. In this interview, Israel wasn't mentioned at all. Then came this question.
And these last few days then must have been a great relief while this pause takes place.
Now, you can tell by the way the question is phrased and the intonation that the interviewer thought the answer to this question was a foregone conclusion. Well, as it turned out, it wasn't.
I don't feel it's a release. It's a temporary pause against a massacre against a people. So I would welcome a ceasefire over a pause. You know, pause a video game, you pause a TV. This just feels like the terror's just waiting for the people of Palestine, but they've been given 5 days to have some food.
So, unsurprisingly, Nadia's personal anguish was in no way relieved by this pause in an ongoing massacre, but Nadia wasn't finished yet.
The situation that we see unfolding, as we can hear from United Nations, is one of the worst humanitarian disasters of our time. And as a Palestinian, these are my people, and I can't do anything to help them or to stop this. And I'm in a country where the narrative is what I find not to be fair.
The British narrative, you mean?
Yes. The British narrative. What other country would she be talking about? The interviewer could hardly believe her ears.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Describe what it is that you see that you feel upset about.
Well, for example, with great relief, the Israeli hostages, some of them have been released, and for an exchange of Palestinian child prisoners. A lot of the news reports were just calling them people under 18, their children. And I felt there was a lack of dialogue around why are children in foreign jails or in the occupier's jail.
So that was one interview that didn't go exactly as planned. Please support left-wing voices on social media by liking this video and subscribing to the channel.